What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy AshTheMan. Thank you so much for definitely tuning in. So we're going to be talking about Tokyo Ghoul episode 2. Now episode 2 pretty much takes place as Asaya is going against the Reaper, who is pretty much was tracked down by Yuri, Mizusaki, and Shizuru. In the points of like certain murders that have been going on. Now we got a chance to see that pretty much as they really fight, and we actually see him go to a certain state in which in that certain state he was able to perform certain things that we all reminisce on, and coming into light with it, he would berserk after he pretty much said the name of Kaneki. Now with that being said, at this point, would it only be an episode 2, you have to realize that is Kaneki. Hosei is Kaneki. At some point, he lost his memories. Amara pretty made it clear at this point to really draw the attentions to say, hey, look, pretty much, do you want to see the people from your past life? Hosei pretty much advised that he afraid that if he was to remember his whole past, he'll forget the current. So he pretty much renounced that his family that he currently has now is good enough for him. However, in the episode, they kind of talk about and bringing his squad to life, that Kaneki is not just only a quick squad leader or maybe going through the same sort of experiment, but however, Kaneki is a half ghoul. A half ghoul that pretty much at this point you have to consider that if he goes too out of line in his berserk, that he may just be laid down. But in the course of this, with this episode, we could honestly say there actually was some things that kind of like shed some light on here. Pretty much advising that when he pretty much after this mission, he kind of deranked Yuri, pretty much like stripped him of his like leadership of the squad, and pretty much gave it to Shizuru in response to it, because he felt like he was like putting the team in danger. Now, cutting out the little things, another thing that happened in the episode, which they were pretty much just advising on certain things that need to be discussed. There was information pretty much regarding pretty much his old squad and the comparisons to which him Amara was talking about, and Amara kind of referred to him his squad as his grandkids. Kind of weird for him to refer to that, them being his grandkids, but look at that old to me. But towards the end of the episode, one of the things that kind of like stuck out to me the most is that he went to the same exact coffee shop that his past life had, pretty much worked at. You see some two familiar faces. One being the guy that trained him. Again, I'm not good with names. And then he got to see Tokyo there. Now, it's pretty much like that renounce, like whatever. Like, hey, look, for some reason we broke up, and then we got right back together after a couple of years back. It's that kind of thing that happened, because as soon as he see her, he was just at loss for words. And she brought him out the coffee, and he was just like struck by her beauty. But then you see, like, he had that tear that came down, and she is still locking eyes with him. Having said, hey, Kaneki, that's you, they kind of playing with it because they know that he basically is not himself if he doesn't recognize them. So they kind of making things out. But however, his body and his inner self knows that, hey, look, you're going to see a familiar face. You're going to know that this coffee is great, because that's what he kind of like explains to his team. Not in that same dialogue. He kind of explains that, like, hey, look, my Kagin is pretty much telling me that this, coffee is delicious. So, interesting. It's very interesting to see that. And this is kind of like, playing it out the most. I wish they kind of like would have left it more of an interesting, standpoint, fact that Kaneki, something happened with him a little bit further, but however, with everything in this episode is there in plain light, If you still don't believe it, I mean, rewatch the episode, but it's pretty much confirming that Issei in his past life was Kaneki. So, and that's only been 2 years. So pretty much it's some type of like some type of event that happened that pretty much made him forget. So we're definitely gonna, unravel that in future episodes. But I just want to thank you guys for definitely tuning in for this review. Can expect more coming episode due to them shedding some light on a few things. So we definitely going to have a very interesting episode 3 coming Tokyo Ghoul. But again, follow me on Instagram, AshTheMan08, Twitter, AshTheMan008. Until next time, AshTheMan is out.